If you look younger than your age, it's not just about your skincare routine or good genetics. It's a reflection of your inner peace, your mindset, and how lightly you carry life's burdens. As Gopal does beautifully reminds us, true beauty radiates from the inside out. When your heart is free from grudges, your mind is calm, and your spirit is full of gratitude, it naturally shows on your face. Youthfulness isn't just about how many candles are on your cake. It's about how much light you carry within. So today, let's explore what your youthful glow is truly telling the world. Inner peace is not something we chase outside ourselves. It is something we cultivate within. When the mind is calm and the heart is free from conflict, the face naturally reflects that serenity. There is a silent glow in people who are truly at peace. They don't need to speak much, yet their presence is comforting. They walk into a room, and without even trying, they bring calm with them. That's because what's going on internally always finds a way to express itself externally. When you are constantly fighting battles inside your mind, worrying about what people think, regretting the past, or fearing the future, your body carries that weight, and your face starts to show signs of tension, fatigue, and restlessness. But when you are settled inside, when you've made peace with your past, and are not anxious about the future, your body finds ease, and your appearance becomes more youthful and vibrant. Inner peace is not the absence of challenges. It is the ability to remain grounded and stable in the face of chaos. It means knowing that life won't always go your way, but still choosing to respond with calm instead of reacting with anger or anxiety. This stability within creates a positive physiological response in the body. Your breathing becomes deeper, your heart rate slows down, and your stress hormones reduce. This has a direct effect on your skin, your posture, your eyes, and even your voice. You begin to age slower, not because you found the perfect diet or the best cosmetic treatment, but because your internal system is not in constant crisis mode. People who cultivate inner peace don't carry the energy of competition, jealousy, or hatred. Their thoughts are more aligned with compassion, gratitude, and acceptance. These emotions have been scientifically proven to release chemicals like oxytocin and serotonin, hormones that support your well-being and give you that natural glow people talk about. That's why people say, "She looks so peaceful," or "Hey, has such a calm aura." These are not poetic expressions. They are observations of how someone's inner world is being expressed outwardly. When you meet someone who has been through pain, but has healed from it with wisdom rather than resentment, you will notice their eyes carry depth but not bitterness. Their face has lines but not tension. Their smile is soft, not forced. Inner peace also brings presence. And when you're present, you're not rushing through life. You're not constantly distracted or emotionally drained. You eat mindfully, sleep deeply, breathe consciously, and love fully. That kind of presence enhances how your body functions and how your skin repairs itself. The body stops aging rapidly when it no longer has to overwork to protect you from your own thoughts. Inner peace creates internal alignment. Your values, your actions, your words, and your intentions start to harmonize. This coherence reduces the conflict in your body's energy system, creating a state of ease. And ease, not stress, is what keeps us looking young, fresh, and healthy. So many people try to look younger by changing their external appearance, but they forget that it is the internal storms that age them prematurely. You can buy expensive skincare, do all the latest procedures, and still look tired, worn out, or heavy. That's because no amount of makeup or styling can cover the stress you carry in your spirit. True radiance doesn't come from a salon, it comes from the soul. When you take the time to nourish your inner world with stillness, reflection, forgiveness, and joy, your body responds in the most beautiful ways. You don't just look younger, you feel lighter, breathe deeper, and live fuller. People notice that, and they are drawn to it. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because inner peace has always been the most attractive quality a human can wear. A grateful heart is like a quiet fountain of youth flowing within. When you live each day with gratitude, your entire being shifts into a different state, one that is lighter, calmer, and more vibrant. Gratitude doesn't just change how you feel emotionally, it has profound effects on your physical body. It slows down aging not through magic or mystery, but through biology and energy. A grateful person wakes up with a sense of appreciation, not anxiety. Instead of immediately thinking about what is missing or what could go wrong, they begin their day by focusing on what is already right. That simple shift in perspective reduces the stress response in the body, lowering cortisol levels and calming the nervous system. And when stress decreases, aging slows. Stress is one of the most powerful accelerators of aging. It tightens the skin, clouds the mind, and wears down the body from the inside out. But when gratitude is present, the body operates differently. Gratitude releases positive chemicals like dopamine and serotonin, which help regulate mood, boost the immune system, and promote better sleep, all of which are essential for maintaining a youthful appearance and energy. A grateful heart isn't weighed down by comparison or resentment. It doesn't look at what others have and feel bitterness. It looks at what it has and feels fulfilled. That inner contentment creates a softness in your expression, a calmness in your energy, and a warmth in your presence that no amount of beauty products can replicate. When you are grateful, your relationships also flourish. You see people through a lens of appreciation rather than expectation. This reduces conflict, enhances emotional intimacy, and brings a deeper sense of connection. And meaningful relationships are one of the strongest factors linked to longer life and slower aging. Loneliness and chronic dissatisfaction age us emotionally and physically. But gratitude strengthens our bonds, makes us feel supported, and fills us with positive emotions that keep our hearts youthful. A grateful heart is constantly noticing the good, even in difficult circumstances. It sees lessons in hardships, growth in failure, and opportunities in setbacks. This attitude builds emotional resilience, allowing you to bounce back from challenges without internalizing pain for too long. And that resilience protects your mental health, which in turn supports your physical well-being. People who practice gratitude often have healthier habits. They're more likely to take care of their bodies, eat nourishing food, move regularly, and get enough rest, not out of pressure or insecurity, but out of respect for the life they've been given. They don't punish themselves with comparison or self-criticism. They honor themselves with care and attention. This self-love, fueled by gratitude, becomes a natural anti-aging ritual that works from the inside out. Gratitude also improves sleep. And sleep is one of the most powerful healing processes the body has. When you sleep peacefully, your body regenerates, your skin repairs, and your mind resets. A heart that ends the day with thankfulness sleeps in stillness, not in mental noise. Gratitude doesn't require perfect circumstances, it only requires presence. Even in the midst of pain, there is something to be thankful for. A lesson, a reminder, a breath. And when you start tuning your mind to notice the good, you train your entire system to function with more balance and less fear. That is why grateful people don't just look younger, they feel younger. Their eyes sparkle differently. Their laughter is more genuine. Their faces are more relaxed. Their presence is healing. They are not fighting time, they are flowing with it. While others count wrinkles, they count blessings. And in that act alone, they create an atmosphere within themselves that slows the wear and tear of life. Gratitude, in its simplest form, is the art of celebrating the now. And when you live in that state, aging becomes less of a burden and more of a graceful journey. Stress is the real wrinkle maker, not just metaphorically but biologically. It silently erodes the body from within and leaves visible traces on the outside. You may not notice it at first, but over time, constant stress shows up as fine lines on the forehead, dark circles under the eyes, dullness in the skin, and tension in the jaw. These are not just cosmetic issues. They are the body's way of expressing internal pressure. When you're constantly in a state of stress, your body produces high levels of cortisol, a hormone meant to help you respond to danger. In small doses, it's helpful. But when it becomes a chronic part of your life, it becomes destructive. Elevated cortisol weakens the immune system, disrupts sleep, increases inflammation, and slows down the body's ability to repair and regenerate cells, all of which accelerate aging. People who live with long-term stress often look tired even when they've had enough sleep. That's because stress affects not just the mind, but also every system in the body. It tightens your muscles, constricts blood flow, and reduces oxygen supply to your skin. When the skin lacks oxygen and nutrients, it starts to lose elasticity. Collagen production, which keeps the skin firm and youthful, also drops under chronic stress. This makes your face more susceptible to sagging, wrinkles, and premature aging. The glow you see in peaceful people isn't just about good skin care. It's about a nervous system that isn't constantly on high alert. Stress doesn't only leave marks on your face. It shows in your posture, your walk, your tone of voice, and the way your eyes look. You might not even notice how much weight you carry in your expression until someone points it out, or you catch a glimpse of yourself in the mirror. People under stress often frown unconsciously, clench their jaws, or squint their eyes. These repetitive expressions can etch lines into the skin over time. What starts as a temporary reaction becomes a permanent feature. And that's why many people feel like they've aged overnight during difficult periods in life. It's the emotional toll physically manifesting. But it's not just about appearance. Stress affects your habits too. It often leads to unhealthy coping mechanisms, overeating, smoking, drinking, or skipping rest and exercise. These behaviors compound the aging process. Your body becomes less resilient, and your energy levels drop. You begin to feel older than you are, and eventually you begin to look it too. All of this starts from one place: unaddressed, unmanaged stress. That's why learning to calm your mind isn't just a spiritual idea. It's a biological necessity. Practices like meditation, mindful breathing, journaling, or simply taking regular pauses during the day can significantly lower stress hormones. This has a visible impact on your skin, your hair, your posture, and your presence. It's important to understand that stress isn't just caused by external situations. Often, it's the internal dialogue, the expectations, the comparisons, the guilt, and the self-criticism that does the most damage. The way we talk to ourselves matters. If your inner world is filled with chaos, doubt, and fear, your body will reflect it. But if you cultivate calmness, self-compassion, and acceptance, your body begins to relax. And in that relaxation, healing begins. Wrinkles caused by time are natural, but wrinkles caused by stress are often preventable. You cannot stop time, but you can slow its effect on your body by managing your inner environment. Peace is the best anti-aging formula. It costs nothing, but it requires daily effort and awareness. The face reflects the mind. A stressed mind creates a tense face. A peaceful mind softens it. It's not vanity to want to look your best. It's wisdom to understand that how you live shows up in how you look. So if you want to reduce the wrinkles that truly age you, begin by softening your thoughts, breathing deeply, and letting go of what you cannot control. In doing so, you won't just preserve your youth, you'll expand your life. Joyful people naturally glow, and that glow comes from much deeper than their skin. It's not just about smiling often or having a cheerful tone. True joy radiates from the soul and reaches every corner of a person's being. It's visible in their eyes, it flows in their gestures, and it lights up their presence. Unlike temporary happiness that depends on external events, joy is an internal state of being. It arises from appreciation, acceptance, connection, and purpose. When someone is truly joyful, their body responds in the most remarkable ways. Their immune system functions better, their digestion improves, and their sleep becomes more restful. These internal shifts are reflected outwardly in the form of clearer skin, brighter eyes, and a relaxed demeanor. When joy fills the heart, it reduces stress without any effort. Joyful people aren't free from life's difficulties. They simply don't allow those challenges to dominate their mindset. Instead of complaining, they find something to be grateful for. Instead of comparing, they choose contentment. And in that mindset, the body experiences less tension. Their facial muscles soften. Their breathing becomes deeper. Their nervous system calms down. These small, consistent physiological changes have a long-term impact on how a person ages. A joyful heart leads to a more youthful body. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to age slower than others, even though they don't follow any strict diet or beauty routine? Often those people carry a lightness in their spirit. They laugh easily, forgive quickly, and live fully. That natural ease in their personality reflects in their skin tone, their energy, and their overall appearance. Joy creates a magnetic field around a person. Others are drawn to it not because of physical beauty, but because of the emotional warmth it offers. This kind of energy is healing, not just for the one who carries it, but for those around them as well. Joy also promotes movement. When you're joyful, you want to dance, to walk, to play, to explore. This kind of natural activity keeps the body agile, improves circulation, and enhances muscle tone. It doesn't feel like exercise. It feels like living, and that movement contributes directly to longevity and youthful vitality. In contrast, a heavy heart often leads to physical stillness, emotional stagnation, and mental fatigue. Joy keeps everything flowing: blood, thoughts, emotions, and creativity. That flow keeps the mind sharp and the body fresh. Another beautiful thing about joy is that it improves relationships. Joyful people uplift others. They create safe spaces for connection and laughter. Positive social interactions reduce loneliness and increase oxytocin, the hormone responsible for bonding and trust. When your social life is rich with joy and connection, your mental health improves and your body releases less stress-related chemicals. This too has a visible impact on your aging process. You look not only happier, but healthier. Joyful people tend to have more optimistic thoughts. Their inner dialogue is encouraging, not critical. And this inner positivity affects their hormonal balance. Lower cortisol, higher endorphins, and better emotional regulation become their natural state. Over time, this biochemistry enhances every aspect of physical appearance, from skin elasticity to posture to eye brightness. It's no wonder people describe them as glowing. They actually are. But joy doesn't come from perfect circumstances. It is chosen, cultivated, and protected. It often grows in people who have seen pain and still choose to find meaning. It's found in those who have cried, but still smile with sincerity. These are the people who light up a room without trying. Their beauty comes not from effort, but from alignment. They are aligned with what matters: peace, gratitude, love, and presence. That alignment shows in how they live and how they age. Joy, in its purest form, is the soul's natural light. When you live in it, you don't just glow, you shine from within. Forgiveness is emotional skincare. Just as we cleanse our faces to remove dirt and impurities, we must cleanse our hearts to remove resentment, bitterness, and emotional toxins. Holding on to grudges and past pain may not always show on the surface right away, but over time, it begins to leave marks, not just on the soul, but on the face, in the eyes, and in our energy. The emotional burden we carry eventually becomes physical. Stress, tension, and inner turmoil caused by unforgiveness take a toll on our health, and especially on our appearance. Our bodies tighten, our expressions harden, and our glow starts to fade. It's not age catching up, it's unresolved pain weighing us down. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting or pretending nothing happened. It means choosing not to carry the burden anymore. When you release the anger and hurt you've been holding on to, you give yourself permission to breathe freely again. That breath softens the body, calms the mind, and brings light back into your presence. Just like a skincare product works from the outside to heal the surface, forgiveness works from the inside to heal what can't be seen, and that inner healing has a visible impact. The more peaceful your heart becomes, the more relaxed your face appears. Wrinkles formed by tension begin to ease. The furrow in your brow lightens, your jaw unclenches, your eyes begin to shine again. Unforgiveness creates chronic emotional stress. It keeps the nervous system on edge and the heart guarded. This constant state of alertness doesn't allow the body to rest or repair. Cortisol levels stay elevated, sleep becomes restless, and anxiety becomes a constant companion. All of this accelerates aging. It's like living in a toxic, emotional environment that your body can't escape. But the moment you choose to forgive, not for them, but for yourself, you start the detox. Your body feels it, your soul feels it, and yes, your face shows it. People will say you look different, lighter, more open. That's the power of emotional cleansing. Forgiveness is self-care in its highest form. It's a ritual not of the skin, but of the spirit. When practiced regularly, it protects your peace like sunscreen protects your skin. It shields you from the corrosive effects of bitterness. It nourishes your inner world the way hydration nourishes your outer skin. And over time, it gives you a glow that no product can provide. When someone forgives, their energy shifts. They smile with their eyes, not just their lips. They listen with empathy, not judgment. That warmth makes them appear more youthful, more magnetic, more whole. People often believe that the secret to aging gracefully is good genes or an elaborate routine. But it's often emotional freedom that makes the real difference. Emotional baggage shows up in the form of fatigue, premature wrinkles, and drained energy. Letting go creates space for joy, peace, and beauty to return. And the truth is, no matter how good your skincare is, it cannot undo what your thoughts and emotions are constantly doing to you. That's why forgiveness is not optional, it's essential. When you choose forgiveness, you choose softness over stiffness, peace over pain, and growth over grudge. That shift transforms your posture, your tone, your entire vibe. People are drawn to those who've made peace with their past. They carry a certain lightness, a certain grace. That grace doesn't come from what they wear or how they style themselves. It comes from the healing they've done on the inside. Forgiveness is not about weakness, it's about strength. It's about loving yourself enough to say, I will not allow this pain to define how I look, feel, or live anymore. In the end, beauty isn't just skin deep, it's soul deep. And a soul that has forgiven, released, and healed will always shine brighter than one that is still hiding behind the shadows of the past. So, if you want to glow, truly glow, start by softening your heart, let go, forgive, and watch how your face and your life begins to reflect peace, radiance, and youth. Purpose keeps the spirit young because it gives life direction, meaning, and a reason to wake up each morning with energy and hope. It acts as a silent motivator, keeping the heart engaged and the mind active. People with a strong sense of purpose carry themselves differently. They walk with intention, speak with clarity, and face challenges with resilience. This mental and emotional engagement translates into physical vitality. When the spirit feels alive, the body follows. The eyes sparkle with curiosity, the voice carries strength, and the entire presence radiates aliveness. It's not youth measured by age, it's youth defined by passion and purpose. A person with purpose doesn't simply go through the motions of life. They live fully, even in the smallest of moments. Whether they are a teacher, an artist, a parent, or someone quietly helping others behind the scenes, they pour themselves into something bigger than their own comfort. That commitment nourishes the soul. It prevents the emotional stagnation that so often leads to premature aging. When someone feels directionless or lost, they begin to disconnect from the joy of living. This disconnection often manifests as fatigue, apathy, and even physical decline. But purpose reignites the inner fire. It reminds us that we matter, that we are needed, that there is still work for us to do. The human spirit was not made to sit idle. We were created to build, to serve, to connect, to express. When that natural instinct is fulfilled, the reward is energy and youthfulness. Even people in their later years who stay involved in meaningful activities tend to appear and feel younger than those who withdraw from life. Purpose keeps the brain active, the body moving, and the heart emotionally invested. These elements work together to slow down the natural aging process. And it doesn't have to be grand. Even small, consistent acts done with meaning can sustain the spirit and rejuvenate the soul. Purpose also provides emotional strength during difficult times. When life becomes overwhelming or painful, people who have a purpose are less likely to fall into despair. They may feel pain, but they don't collapse under it. Instead, they use it to deepen their understanding, to strengthen their mission, to expand their compassion. That resilience preserves emotional youth. Life becomes less about what is lost and more about what is still possible. And this mindset affects everything from posture to sleep to immune health. It's the internal alignment that supports external well-being. Moreover, purpose anchors identity. When you know who you are and why you're here, external circumstances don't shake you as much. This inner stability reduces stress and anxiety. You begin to live from a centered place, not reacting to every situation but responding with wisdom. That emotional maturity brings calmness, and calmness slows the aging process. Your spirit stays light, your decisions become clearer, and your presence becomes grounded. People are drawn to those who have purpose, not because they have all the answers, but because they radiate confidence without arrogance. That quiet certainty is timeless. Purpose also sparks curiosity. It keeps the mind open to learning, exploring, and evolving. And a curious mind is a young mind. When you are excited about the future, when you see each day as an opportunity rather than an obligation, you naturally stay mentally sharp and emotionally engaged. This engagement shows up in how you move, how you smile, and how you interact with others. You don't fade into the background. You remain vibrant, involved, and impactful. In a world that often chases appearance, it is easy to forget that the most powerful anti-aging secret is living a life of meaning. Purpose cannot be faked or bought. It must be discovered, nurtured, and lived. And when it is, everything else begins to align. The skin may age, but the soul does not. A purposeful life keeps the spirit fresh, enthusiastic, and full of wonder. That is the kind of youth that no clock can ever take away.